Hey, what is up, guys? Just coming to you today with a Brotherhood of the Fire Fist deck profile. April 1st ban list means that Spirit got to 3. Everybody's pretty pumped to play Fire Fist again. This is a 3.5 access build, so it is a little different than just the regular 3 and the regular 4 build. And I am sorry that I am running one proxy in the deck. I ordered the card, but they didn't ship it because they ran out of them. So I am running one proxy. I did order the card today, so we're just gonna get into this deck profile, guys. So to start it off, standard 3 bear, pretty much the best card in the deck. He's the main searcher. He'll get you your cards as fast as you need them. And then we run one Gorilla. Gorilla's that card that's just kind of there. If you need to use him, you use him. If not, you'd rather use a bear, honestly. And then we do run 2 Coach Soldier. That is my one proxy, guys, in the deck. And again, I apologize. But that rounds up the rank 4 monsters. For rank 2 or 3s, we have 2 Spirit. 3's really cloggy. And since this is the 3.5 access build, we are not trying to make Horse Princess all the time. It's just kind of a conditional thing. If we can make him, we make him. Horse Prince is pretty much the first or second turn thing, and then after that we go for another Horse Prince, or we go for some rank 4 Eggsy with Coach Soldier and Bear and all and whatnot. And then for the rest of the rank 3s, we run 2 Rooster. Again, only 2. 3's a little cloggy, I believe. My thing with 3 is if you don't really want to draw into Rooster. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad card to draw into, but you'd be better off if you didn't draw into it. Then we run Triple Leper. This card is like the searcher of the deck. It basically gets you all your combo pieces out, and pretty much it does its job. So that's all for the Fire Fist monsters. We do run 2 hand traps in 2 Maxi and 2 Effect Veiler. Maxi, I believe, is pretty much the best hand trap in the game right now. Being that Vanities is at 1, this is pretty much my form of Vanities because it can get your opponent to stop, pretty much, their special summoning. We would run Blaster, but it got banned. And that's all for the monsters. For spells, we run 3 Tenki, 2 Tensu, and 2 Goyoku. Pretty much all these are standard. The triple Tenki obviously searches you out all your monsters. Double Tensu and double Goyoku. This is pretty much like your MST of the deck, and it's really searchable, and this is pretty much your double summon, which is really good and makes this deck a lot better and sets it apart from a lot of the other decks. We got 1 Mystical and 1 Mystical. So 2 Mystical. We run the 2 Mystical because Cleefort is still a very powerful deck, and sometimes you don't really need the Goyoku because, like, say there's a Vanities on field and you want to get rid of the Vanities, you just MST it. You can't really Goyoku something that's face up. So we still do run the 2 Mystical. And then for one-ofs, we run Dark Hole, Rekindling, and Book of Moon. That would be a Regeki if I had one. I was hoping to pull one out of Premium Gold too, but I couldn't, unfortunately. Traps, we are running a pretty hefty trap lineup. 1 Torrential, 1 Fiendish, 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse, 1 Deep Prison, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Vanities, 1 Solemn, double Mind Crush, and then 1 Tenkin. Pretty much most of these are self-explanatory. Mind Crush is probably the best trap in the game right now, I could say. Tenkin is the Felgrand effect for Fire Fist monsters, which is really good since we don't want a lot of our Fire Fist monsters to be destroyed. So that's the main deck, guys. You get into the extra deck here. So for the extra deck, we're going to start with rank 4 Eggsy. We run 2 Tiger King. This is probably your main card that you're going to go into because it is a skill drain for all non-Beast Warrior type monsters, and it gets you your free Tenki or Tensu or Goyoku or even your Tenkin. I believe it can search out traps too. Yeah. It can get you any of your fire formation cards directly to your hand. And its last effect where if it's sent to the graveyard you can blow up 3 and special summon 2 Fire Fist monsters from your deck is really good because then you can go for this guy, Cardinal. Cardinal is a very, very good card. I have opted to run 2, but it's pretty much near impossible to get 2 out in one game since we only run 4 monsters that are rank 4 Fire Fists. So it's pretty hard to get him out in a game. But if you do get this guy out, he is very good. Being able to put 2 of your Fire Formation cards or 2 of your Fire Fist monsters back in your deck, and then being able to shuffle 2 of your opponent's monsters on the field, or face-up cards in general, or 2 cards in their graveyard back to the deck, is very, very powerful. So that's all for the Fire Fist Eggsys in the deck. We do run a lot of generic rank 4s. Exciton. Heartland Dranko is pretty much a necessary in this deck, means that you'll pretty much always have face-up spell cards on the field. So Heartland Dranko is really good because you summon him and he can't be targeted by attacks, and you pretty much can just poke your opponent directly for game. 1 Cowboy, 1 Castell, 1 Diamond, 1 Anti-Luminescent Knight, and 1 Abyss Dweller. Pretty much a lot of these are standard, and they pretty much can just get rid of all your opponent's cards. I don't run Arc because Cardinal is pretty much a better version of Arc. We do run 2 rank 3s in the form of Lion Emperor and Wind Up Zenmaines. I think Wind Up Zenmaines is more of a conditional thing. It's just if I need to stall, I can go into him, and he's a pretty good stall card. And Lion Emperor is has a big beat stick and also gets you cards back to your hand. Then we run 3 Synchro Monsters, 2 Horse Prince, and 1 Vulcan the Divine. Vulcan the Divine is really good because you can bounce your Tenkis back to hand, and then you can bounce one of your opponent's monsters back to hand. So that's really good in that aspect, guys. And that pretty much rounds up the deck, guys. I think Fire Fists are going to see a lot of play in today's meta just because everybody used to have really fun with the deck back in the day, and I believe that it's a really good deck. So just leave your thoughts down in the comment section below on maybe some improvements to the deck, and if you guys are pumped to play Fire Fist as well. Peace.